Society treats a racing brain as a severe medical defect. When thoughts loop endlessly and overthinking becomes chronic, the cultural instinct is to diagnose it as a problem requiring a cure. The social pressure to medicate this state relies on a specific assumption, that a mind which cannot be quieted indicates a glitch in the hardware. The noise is viewed as a sickness. High-capacity cognitive systems follow a different logic. An inability to shut the brain off often signals a restless, highly gifted mind trapped in the mechanics of analysis. Psychological research reveals that the specific traits the modern world labels as anxiety map directly onto the hidden behavioral markers of high-level intelligence. A brilliant cognitive engine running at maximum capacity generates significant exhaust. This constant mental friction produces the exact symptoms society has mistaken for a disorder. Sign number 1 appears in the aftermath of a social interaction. You leave a room and immediately replay your exact phrasing, monitoring how your presence was perceived by others. This compares standard social processing to yours. While an average brain processes conversation as a single input, a gifted mind absorbs dozens of cues simultaneously. This rapid data absorption drives the second sign, instantly sensing emotional shifts in vocal tone, facial expressions, and room energy. This state is known as hypervigilance. It is an elevated level of social perception where sensory receptors operate at maximum volume, picking up details others miss. Processing the truth behind human behavior long before the rest of the room catches on is an overwhelming experience. It creates a weight of knowledge that is often mistaken for simple panic. The third sign is an inability to let problems go. When a complex issue catches your attention, you might spend the night turning the concept over, unable to rest while the logic remains incomplete. This relentless focus occurs because a highly intelligent brain structurally refuses to abandon an open loop. The mental hardware demands a solution and applies constant pressure until the puzzle is solved. This mapping illustrates the fourth sign, spotting patterns and forging links between unrelated concepts. Where others see scattered data points, your mind constructs a connected web. The brain utilizes advanced logic to calculate forward along a timeline, predicting outcomes to prepare for worst-case scenarios. A superior brain calculates these future variables to mitigate risk. This creates a state of predictive readiness that the average observer perceives only as endless dread. The fifth sign is hidden perfectionism. You carry intense internal stress, convinced your work is never quite good enough, regardless of the actual result. This occurs because the gifted mind perceives layers of possibility that standard minds cannot see. You are chasing an invisible standard that your mind is uniquely capable of visualizing. That capacity fuels the sixth sign, endless curiosity. The habit of constantly asking why and what if is a biological hunger to explore beyond surface-level truths and interrogate the reality most people accept without question. Finally, the seventh sign, intense sensory sensitivity. Bright lights, overlapping noises, or specific textures can trigger a deep sense of being overwhelmed. This sensitivity is a hardware reality. The brain captures environmental data too fast, acting like an over-tuned radar. It takes in visual and auditory inputs with a force that consumes your available processing bandwidth. The mental stress and physical exhaustion you experience are the biological costs of processing the world at maximum resolution. Possessing a highly gifted mind rarely feels like an advantage in daily life. The reality is isolating. It involves feeling perpetually restless, overly sensitive, and disconnected from a world that navigates life without this level of cognitive noise. These struggles occur because an extraordinary mind is operating within a world built for much lower processing speeds. The friction you feel is the result of your brain functioning as it was designed to. Look at your own internal experience. How many of these 7 signs do you recognize in yourself? Drop your number in the comments. Most people will scroll past this and return to average habits. If you want to understand the mechanics of the mind, hit subscribe. We'll be here.